I am attracted to a very specific type of woman. I like to call them mature BBW pogs. Now, some of you out there might not know those terms, but in reality, you actually do. You're just trying to hide from your friends the fact that you look at porn, freak. Just to be clear, I'm calling you a freak because you hide the fact that you look at porn. Here's a hint. Normal people look at fucking porn. Anyways, for those of you who pretend to not know what those words mean, I'm gonna go ahead and define them for you. Mature BBW Pog. Let's start with the first word, mature. Mature is a woman who is old enough that she can't quite pass as a college student, but she also isn't old enough to start doing granny porn yet. BBW stands for Big Beautiful Woman. Clear and simple, that means fat. I like fat chicks. Pog is the most specific of all of them. It stands for Fat Ass White Girl. Now hold on to your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because this one throws a fucking curveball your way, because it spells fat with a PH. In this great nation, Pogs are the kryptonite to black women. And let me tell you why. Because Pogs are white women who are shaped like black women. Don't get me wrong, I would fuck a black woman. All I care about is a big booty. The question is, would a black woman fuck me? And the answer is no. The other day, I was alone in a room with a mature BBW Pog, and she was wearing skimpy pajamas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. My dream has come fucking true. However, you can't just ask a woman to have sex with you. Women require more grace than that. So what's more graceful? Awkwardly staring at their cleavage. This woman, unfortunately, was not accepting my advances, and she was clearly growing uncomfortable. But she knew that I was interested. And here's the thing I don't understand about women. It's like, look, I know that you don't want to have sex with me, and that's totally okay, and I accept that. But is it too much to ask that you just show me a boob, just out of kindness? Do you know what I am? Above all else, I am a huge supporter of the Free the Nipple campaign. The Free the Nipple campaign is a beautiful thing. I masturbate to their rallies all the time. When I worked at a hotel, there was a night that I had this noise complaint because there was this woman in her room who was screaming and yelling, and when I went down to her room to go check it out and tell her to calm down, it turned out she was really drunk. She opened the door, and immediately I smelled vomit. It was super gross. And the woman, she was just a mess and a disaster. Her shirt was soaking, probably from like drool and vomit and spilling alcohol all over herself. Her face was puffy, she was bloated, her hair was a mess, she was gross and bruised, it was nasty. And I saw this mess of a woman probably having a crisis in her life. And, her boob was kind of poking out and her pants were kind of falling off. And I have to admit, I was a little bit turned on. Anyways, I got this lady to settle down and stop screaming and yelling, and as I was leaving her room, she told me that I was a very sweet young man and that I had a very nice smile. And I thought to myself, wow, it turns out that with crazy, drunk, nasty, older women, I'm a score. So now I know what kind of woman I can get easily. But it's also kind of a bad look because it's not good to go out and just target drunk women. Speaking of the hotel industry, I have secret insider information for all of you. Ladies, listen up. If you go to a hotel and they say that they are sold out, I guarantee a room will magically become available if you show your titties. Hotels always hold one extra room with the hope that a woman will come in and show her boobs. At least that's what I did when I worked at a hotel. Let's be reasonable, though. You still have to pay full price. I have to come to terms with the fact that I am incredibly attracted to ugly women. I'm not sure if it's because I have low standards, maybe I have low self-esteem, or maybe it's just a fetish. I don't really know, to be honest. But the fact is that I have stuck my dick in a lot of women who are real stinkers. I haven't always been this way. I remember back in the day I used to be attracted to pretty women. But then one day, I got really tired and lazy, and I was like, fuck it, I'll bite the bullet, I'll try sticking my dick in a fugly chick, and man, I never went back, because that shit was so easy. I don't understand why women don't show off the goods more often. I mean, they know that guys want to see it. You'd figure they'd do it just for the benefit of society. I'm speaking strictly about single women, of course. I mean, if you have a boyfriend or if you're married, I understand why you're not showing off the goods because you want to save it for your man, and that's completely understandable. And if you are married or in a relationship and you are showing off the goods to another man, then, well, you're a cheating cunt. I mean, if my girlfriend ever showed off her goods to another man, I would murder her. Are you listening, girlfriend? I will murder you. Women have these incredibly powerful things called titties, and quite frankly, they need to put them to more use. For example, if you're a woman and you're in a situation with a man who's in a customer service position and he helps you, he assists you with something, and you're thinking about giving him a tip, don't. Show him your titties. Why? Because it costs you literally nothing, and I guarantee it is more valuable to him than your $2. I'm attracted to MILFs, and the reason why is because mothers tend to be a little bit chubbier and have wider hips, and those things turn me on. But there's a limit, because I don't know if you know this, but pregnancy and childbirth, those things are really fucking disgusting. I'd say the limit for me is one child. Not just because I hate children, but because when you've had more than one kid, I just can't stop thinking about how many creatures you've pooped out of your vagina. I'd fuck a mother, but I'd never be in a relationship with one. You know, unless she abandoned her child for me. That'd be okay. I guess at this point, it would be okay if you guys called me a motherfucker. Not just because it's literal, but because I deserve it. Quick side note though, do you know what's more attractive than a mother? A woman who's had an abortion. I don't drink and I like eating ass, so instead of cracking open a cold one with the boys, I crack open a warm one with my wife. So, this needs to be discussed. What the fuck is a clitoris? I mean, have you ever looked at it before? It's just like a little nubbin. That's fucking weird, bro. I mean, it looks like an unevolved, deformed little penis. Women, I have a question for you. If you saw a man dying right in front of you, and you went over to him to comfort him or to help him in his final moments of life, his life is literally flashing in front of his eyes, and he looks at you and he says, "Before I go, all I want is to see you naked." You'd do it, right? Because you're not a total bitch? I mean, come on. Is that really so much to ask? So anyways, completely unrelated, I'm looking into ways to fake my death.